Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you some business ideas that are pretty much pandemic proof, as all of us are going through the whole COVID-19 problem right now around the world. I know a lot of people are having trouble making money and starting businesses that are not affected by a pandemic. So I'm going to show you a few different ideas that you can do that are not going to be affected nearly as much as many others when it comes to something like what's going on right now, where everybody's in quarantine and everybody's losing their jobs and stuff like that. So the first is a blog with Adsense. Now, there are going to be companies that spend less money on ads when something like this happens, because small businesses are going to have to shut down or lay people off, and they're not going to have as much of a budget. But you're still going to have a lot of advertisers. You have a lot of companies that are still making money. You look at something like Amazon, you look at something like Verizon, or all these different companies that pretty much, dominate many aspects of our lives. They're still going to be paying a lot of money for ads, and your CPM might go down a little bit, but you can still make some good money from ads. For instance, if you look at this blog here, which is my blog, you notice these ads like this. This is not too hard to set up. You can create a blog. I actually have a page here where it helps you start a blog right here, where you can use something like Bluehost or something else to start a WordPress website. You can do it fairly cheap, and it'll be like $5 to $10 a month depending on what you do. And then you can also get your own domain so it looks more authentic, it looks more professional, and then you can start doing a blog kind of like I do. So you can do a blog on a lot of different things, but as far as monetizing it, you want to do something that is not going to be easily affected by another disaster in the future, where people are not able to spend much money. So as far as something that you can rely on, Google Adsense is a great one. That's something that I still make good money from even through the pandemic. And you can go to google.com/AdSense to get started. And what you can do is do the easiest option that they give you now, which can also make you more money, because what it does is allows Google to optimize the ad placement on your website. So if you turn auto ads on, so if you go to your Google AdSense account and you go to Overview under the Ads section, you can see that the auto ads feature can be turned on right here. And what it'll do is it'll make it to where you don't have to place these ads yourself. You don't have to learn how to do code or CSS or anything like that. That's super difficult. You don't have to pay a web developer to do it. You don't have to get a plugin to do this. And they will optimize it, and that's pretty much the only way to have more than 3 ads per page is to have Google Auto Ads, because otherwise they don't allow you to have more than 3 ads on a blog post. So you get more ads, they optimize it for you, being the best company on earth to optimize this kind of stuff. And you make money just by people seeing these ads on your blog. So even when people are not buying stuff because they have less money because of a pandemic and stuff, they can still see these ads, and it doesn't cost them. They don't have to pay for anything, but you still make money. So it's a great one for these kind of times. Number 2 is game streaming. Game streaming is up. A lot of companies are talking about how the streaming is up, or at least the traffic going to streaming sites is up, because a lot of people are quarantined at home and have nothing to do. So they're looking for entertainment. And entertainment is always a great business to be in. The problem is a lot of entertainment is restaurants, theaters, shows, going to destinations. Those types of things are really hurting right now. But online entertainment is convenient. It's pretty much foolproof against a lot of different things, and it's something you can do from your own home. So something like streaming while you play video games. Obviously you want to have a pretty good personality for this. You want to engage with your fans a lot, and you have people like Summit1G, you have Myth, Pokimane, you have Tfue, you have a lot of pretty famous streamers on sites like Twitch. Then you have a bunch of them on Mixer.com. And then you can even be like PewDiePie and go to a smaller one like DLive.tv. So you can go to, say, the most well-known one, which is Twitch, but you're going to probably have more competition. You might want to start out on something like DLive.tv, and you might be one of the top people on a smaller platform. Maybe you get a better deal later on, because a lot of these companies compete with each other. But you can make money like 5 or 6 different ways. You have ad revenue, kind of like with AdSense, except it's their own ad platforms. You have affiliate links when you sell a video game while people are watching your stream. So a lot of people will watch you stream it before they'll buy a game. Then you get a percentage of that. You get money from donations. So when people donate money to you, they just like give you money because they love your content. You have subscriptions, so you get a portion of subscription fees when people buy a membership to that platform. And then you have brand deals, which a lot of times will be like a company will pay you to play their new video game, where otherwise you might not. So you look at somebody like Ninja and people like that, they get a lot of big brand deals because they drive so much traffic for when people watch them. And of course, you can watch him here on Mixer. But you have a bunch of different platforms for that, and that can be a great way to go because it's actually proven that a lot of people are going to streaming platforms during a pandemic while being isolated at home and having not much to do. Another thing you can do is start a YouTube channel. So I actually have 3 YouTube channels. A lot of people don't know this, but I actually started a brand new channel very recently, and it is kind of a gaming channel. It's just a place where I can post my hundreds of gaming clips, and I'll build it a little bit on the side and see where it goes. So if you want to watch me build a gaming channel on the side, then you can learn from solo boss fights. That's one I'll build, and I may even make a partner channel that kind of goes more into multiplayer competition and stuff later on that kind of branches off of that. But that's one that I do because I think it's fun. I don't even need to make money from solo boss fights. I don't need a bunch of subscribers. I don't need anybody to watch my videos. It's just something I do for fun, and it's just an example of how you can turn your hobby into a way to make money. You can start it out on the side, and then it can become full-time later on. Who knows where solo boss fights will be in a year. So you also have, the trending page. That's a great place to find what's trending right now, what people are really watching. And you can even look at the major categories. You have fashion and beauty. A lot of people do makeup tutorials and stuff and right now and make a lot of money. Movie reviews. You have different channels that'll do like alternate endings of movies and how they thought it should have ended, or they review a movie and people will decide whether or not to watch it based on that. You can even make affiliate revenue from that. You have news, obviously politics, sports, just about any kind of news. You look at even something like Philip DeFranco, who does like gossip and entertainment news. You have gaming. Of course, I've kind of been over that, but you could use YouTube for gaming, as I am doing kind of on the side. And you can do pre-recorded videos instead of having to go live all the time. You have music. You can do your own music covers and go from there. Maybe you do your own original songs later. So you can make a channel about literally anything, but just make sure that you are ad friendly. You are following guidelines, like you're not cursing a lot. You're not doing a lot of shady stuff. You're not misleading people. You're not picking fights with people. And you probably want to stay away from real controversial topics. And you want to be easy to binge. A lot of these channels on here are easy to binge. There's some way, shape, or form in the entertainment section. Pretty much all of these categories are some way related to entertainment. Now, you can do an informative channel like my main channel, Justin Bryant, is informative, but if it was more entertainment based, then it might have, 1 million subscribers on top of my 200 plus thousands. So that might be something I need to do in the future, or maybe I'll do something on the side. Whereas a gaming channel is literally nothing but entertainment, pretty much. So you have that, and then you want to be search friendly. One thing that a lot of new YouTubers struggle with is getting off the ground. You want to be search friendly. So if you can use, like if you want an animation channel, you're entertaining, great. A lot of people can binge that, great. But if you're just making up your own cartoon from scratch, then a lot of people are not going to discover it. if you start doing parodies first, that's how a lot of the animation channels take off. So that's just one example, because you can have search terms like, a parody of Bugs Bunny or a parody of Mickey Mouse or whatever, and then people eventually will maybe watch your original stuff. And then you also want to monetize this with either ads. You want to monetize this with other things, but the main ways you do this is with video advertising, of course, which is through Google AdSense. I already kind of showed you what you can do with that. You create a Google AdSense account. You can also do this with your blog. I do it with both, and that's a great way to make money that is pretty much pandemic proof. You have merchandise. You can sell merch directly on YouTube now. I'll go over that more in a minute. Then you have supers, which are super stickers and super chat. That's more if you do live videos on YouTube. You can also have affiliate links. A lot of YouTubers have affiliate links of all sorts. So you might go to, say someone who does reviews of tech. You look at, say, Marcus Brownlee, or you look at, I think there's one called Tech Source or something along those lines. They'll have like builds of computers, or they'll have the gadgets that they're doing reviews and comparisons of, and then they'll have a link where you can buy it and they get a commission. So you can do something like that with Amazon Associates, which is their affiliate program. You get up to 10% commissions from that kind of stuff. So you could do that in the description of your videos. And then you could, for ads, if you're going to do ad revenue and you're not going to do, something that is, you don't feel like you're necessarily an infectious personality or something like PewDiePie or, Joe Rogan or something like that. What you can do is go for like business related type stuff that's really high CPM, meaning you make a lot of money per 1,000 views because a lot of advertisers really want that target audience. So you can build these niche channels like Justin Bryant Marketing. I study marketing all the time because that's how I got started in the first place. So I decided to build a separate channel for marketing because a lot of my main channel's subscribers, like you, don't care that much about marketing all the time, but some of you have a business or a brand that you're trying to build, and you do care about marketing. So if you do care about marketing, you can subscribe specifically for just marketing videos at Justin Bryant Marketing. Now, when that hits 1,000 subscribers, and if I decide to turn on ad monetization, the CPM is going to be through the roof because I'm talking about stuff that is really good for attracting business owners, which typically have money, which typically will buy all sorts of products. So something like that, business related, investing advice, marketing, all kinds of that stuff are really high CPM, and that can make you more ad revenue on YouTube, regardless pretty much of what's going on in the world. Another thing you can do is merch on demand. So I say on demand because it can be much more difficult to do merch if you're having to deal with manufacturers and do everything the old-fashioned way, because you used to have to get these big orders and then you'd have to sell them out of your house, and then you'd be in the hole before you even sold your first t-shirt. So something like Teespring, though, you get the sale first and then they print it and ship it for you, and then they keep a commission off of the sale because they do everything for you. You obviously have to come up with the designs and you have to get the sales yourself. So it's kind of like a nice little partnership. So with Teespring, you can sell directly on YouTube though, which is really nice. Redbubble is another one. I don't believe they have direct YouTube access right now, but you can sell these t-shirts on your own website and stuff like that. You can sell prints, you can sell stickers, you can sell pillows, notebooks, phone cases, all kinds of stuff. And they print it and ship it for you once you get the sale for it. So you look at something like MrBeast. MrBeast is one of the most popular YouTubers out there. He sells his own merch here. You see these shirts for like $30, a hoodie for $65 that have his own branding on there. So that is probably with Teespring. If you clicked on one of these, there's a good chance it would go to like a Teespring page, or I believe they have like 5 or 10 other websites that are partnered directly with YouTube. But one thing about a pandemic or any kind of disaster that's going on, if you make t-shirts related to that, about coming together and staying strong and getting through something like that, then these kind of t-shirts really sell, because a lot of communities come together during, a disaster and kind of help each other. So a lot of people will have these shirts for their friends and family and themselves. And if you look at just pretty much any search, you see like these different ones related to COVID-19 coming together and beating it. So you can create some sort of t-shirts like that, but if you're going to do this to not seem like a opportunist or a shady person, I recommend that you donate a percentage of what you earn to help fight the pandemic or whatever disaster is going on at the time. That way you don't seem like, someone who's just profiting off of other people's misfortune. So again, raise money for a good cause while also making some money off of it through the business. Or you can create just t-shirts like MrBeast does for your YouTube channel or your blog or something like that. The fifth type of business idea I wanted to show you is a referral business. Now this is going to be more something you do on the side, but if you have all sorts of people who do not have money to spend and they're only spending money on things like groceries and the necessities and maybe online entertainment because everybody's at home, then you can find what people are using the most right now, and they probably have referral programs for these things. So you can promote these, and you usually have a win-win scenario where they don't have to pay money to sign up for these. Like you look at something like Ibotta. It's on the editor's choice list. It's a free app. People save money on grocery shopping and shopping from a lot of different retailers online and in stores by scanning their receipts or having their rewards card on their account. So then you also get paid for each person that you get signed up to this app. So you make money off that. There are dozens and dozens of apps like these out there. Even something like DoorDash. A lot of people don't think of this as an app where you would make money off of it unless you're actually delivering food. But you can literally work from home. You create a blog that helps people find deals and that helps people with a lot of stuff, and then you can make money off of the promotions, or you get it in the form of credits to your DoorDash orders. So another referral program you could potentially promote is Rakuten. Rakuten used to be called Ebates, but this is a company where you can save money by getting cash back from shopping online at a lot of different stores. They have like thousands of stores on here. And you can use a Chrome extension, you can use the app, or you can just go straight through the Rakuten.com website and you save money. So a lot of people are going to want to be making every dollar they make go as far as possible right now. And this could be a great one to promote right now as far as helping people save some money during a time when money is really tight. So Rakuten has a really good referral program where you can earn like $25 or something when someone signs up and actually makes some purchases through Rakuten from your referral link. So that's another thing. Those are just a few examples of different referral programs you can do. Now, to drive traffic to these referral programs, it's the same type of thing that you would do for just about any other online business. You would create a blog. You could do like 8 apps that pay you PayPal money to play games, and some of these might have referral programs. So I've done some blog posts like that. You have, videos. Like I've done some videos related to, making money from certain apps. Like here's one by me. It's number 3 for passive income apps. You can do something like that. And then you could have your referral programs if that applies. And so you can drive traffic a lot of different ways, and you can help people save some money and help people with different things that are going to be like necessities and more sought after during tough times like these. Another thing you could do is help people save money by doing different discount sites or deal sites. So these can be good, obviously, no matter what the times are like. Of course, everybody wants to make their dollar go farther. Everybody wants to make their money stretch as far as it can, or at least a lot of people do. And you can find the best deals at certain blogs because they basically have things like code on their website that will go and find the best deals and accumulate all of them in one place. So you look at something like slickdeals.net as an example. This website gets quite a bit of traffic, and it just basically helps people find the best deals and where you can get them for the biggest discounts. And then people will kind of share these different things, and then they'll get usually like affiliate income, as well as you see an ad right here on the right side for an Adsense ad. So you can make money off of multiple things from this, and especially when something crazy happens, like you see a COVID-19 type thing here where they have a place where you can donate. But this is a great website that's probably getting maybe even more traffic than usual, because people are trying to find better deals, because a lot of them don't have a job right now. So this can be good and bad times for the economy. Now, if you need to learn how to create websites like this, one thing you can do is web scraping. Now, you want to be very careful with this. You don't want to web scrape things like blog posts or even descriptions of items and stuff. Usually anything, you know, that would be kind of a red flag to Google for duplicate content is not something you want to web scrape. But what you can web scrape, and when you can do, is numbers. So like you could web scrape different things like that, maybe to a spreadsheet, and then embed that spreadsheet into a blog post or something like that. But a lot of sites like these, they will web scrape or somehow automate the different sources of where they're finding deals, and they'll have certain code that looks for certain types of items, and then it'll just all be kind of constantly updated automatically through their code on a website. So you can find ways to do this by looking up courses on Udemy, which is actually having a lot of sales right now because of the pandemic and everything, but they have some ways where you can learn web scraping and those types of things. You see, like, learn the basics of web scraping, and Python, which is a coding language which is really good for that. And then you can also learn for free at sololearn.com. It may be a little more of time that it might take you to do this, because you're not really going to be walked through a course with an instructor like you would with Udemy, but it's free. You can learn some code on your app or on your phone or on your website version with your desktop, whatever. They have it on pretty much any device, but they can teach you all sorts of coding languages on SoloLearn for free as well. Last but not least, you have something like Lending Club, or pretty much any peer-to-peer lending website. So with peer-to-peer lending, you know, pretty much there's never going to really be a time when people don't need loans, but especially when times are getting really rough, they might need more loans than usual, because people are going to be having trouble making their payments. People are going to be out of a job for a while, and that's why a lot of governments are handing out paychecks and stuff to people and coming up with these new small business loans and stuff. But, you know, you can use a company like Lending Club to help these kinds of people with loans all throughout the country, with no matter what the economy is like. And lendingclub.com, it's kind of like investing your money, except you're investing in loans instead of the stock market or real estate or something like that. So at Lending Club, peer-to-peer lending is basically when people go to get a loan, instead of going to a bank, they'll go to a website like this, where it'll have a whole lot of lenders like you that would be investing, and then they would pay the payments, and then you get a certain percentage in return on your money. So you make money. So investing kind of makes passive income this way. So you would want to go to invest and then go to individuals, and then you can learn a little bit more about their peer-to-peer investing platform. So, you know, your net return might be like 5% a year or something like that. Just depends on the different loans and all of that. But you also have a site like prosper.com, same type of thing. You go to invest at the top and see how it works. And then you can get started as an investor for peer-to-peer lending this way as well, which, again, even when the economy's good, a lot of people are going to want these types of loans and might not want to go through a bank and all the headaches that come with that. But they do have their own process that will make sure that these people are very likely to pay their payments so that you don't lose money. So those are 7 different business ideas that you can do, pretty much, that are pandemic proof, that are online based, that you can do from home. Hopefully this was helpful and will give you some ideas of a business that you could start that would maybe be less risky. And for other business ideas like these, check out the video in the top right, and I will see you in the next video.